Hey, 49ers faithful. Today we're diving deep into some of the most intriguing developments surrounding the San Francisco 49ers, especially focusing on the defensive side of the ball and the coaching landscape. Robert Saleh has been making waves as the team's defensive coordinator, and the question on everyone's mind is whether he could become a hot candidate for a head coaching position this offseason. It's hard to ignore the buzz around Saleh because he has all the traits you want in a future head coach: leadership, football intelligence, and the ability to earn respect from his players. If he were to leave the 49ers after this season, it would certainly not come as a shock. The NFL is seeing openings pop up with teams like Tennessee and the New York Giants in search of new leadership, and Saleh's track record makes him a strong fit for organizations looking to rebuild or inject a fresh defensive mindset. His prior experience with the New York Jets didn't end ideally, but anyone who follows the game closely knows that the problems there were never about his defensive acumen. The Jets had organizational instability, issues at the quarterback position, and a general lack of structure that made it almost impossible for a coordinator to succeed fully. Yet even under those difficult circumstances, Saleh developed players, maximized talent, and left a positive impression that continues to resonate with former players and peers alike. Saleh's reputation is built not only on his defensive knowledge, but also on his energy and presence on the sideline. Players respond to him, they buy in, and they perform, which is exactly what teams want from a head coach. His connection to coaching trees like Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay only adds to his appeal, as it positions him to build a strong coaching staff wherever he lands. When evaluating his time in New York, it's clear that the win-loss record didn't tell the full story. The defensive units he oversaw were high-performing, producing career-best years for several players. The issues were systemic, stemming from ownership decisions, the quarterback situation, and unfortunate injuries that were beyond his control. Yet his ability to manage and develop talent stood out, and that's a quality teams desperately seek when looking to turn around their programs. Looking forward, if Saleh pursues a head coaching role, he has the potential to hire an offensive coordinator who can complement his defensive expertise. That balance is critical for teams that are drafting young quarterbacks or seeking a quarterback-friendly system. The right offensive coordinator paired with Saleh's defensive knowledge could transform a franchise, energize the locker room, and bring stability to organizations that have struggled in recent years. Analysts have noted that Saleh will likely attract significant interest, and there is a realistic chance he could land a head coaching job this offseason. The connections, experience, and reputation he carries make him an appealing choice for several teams, and the respect he commands in the league only strengthens his candidacy. Internally, the 49ers have options to consider if Saleh were to move on. Gus Bradley, currently the assistant head coach for defense, has a wealth of experience, including prior head coaching stints and extensive NFL defensive coordination. He could step in seamlessly if needed, ensuring continuity for the team's defensive identity. Additionally, younger coaches like KJ Wright, who is gaining experience in quality control on the defensive side, represent the next wave of internal candidates who could eventually rise to coordinator roles. This balance of seasoned leadership and emerging talent positions the 49ers to weather potential coaching transitions without losing their competitive edge. On the defensive front, Saleh has been managing a challenging roster, dealing with the loss of elite talents like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner while incorporating younger players into key roles. Despite these hurdles, the defense has performed admirably, ranking 15th in points allowed per game and maintaining solid efficiency in the red zone. Saleh's adaptability is also noteworthy. He has evolved his defensive schemes over time to account for modern offensive strategies, keeping the 49ers competitive even against some of the league's most innovative attacks. The culture he fosters on the sideline, emphasizing communication, swagger, and accountability, has clearly resonated with players, ensuring that the unit remains cohesive and focused despite adversity. Meanwhile, on the offensive side, attention is increasingly turning to M. Jones and his potential trade value heading into the offseason. Teams seeking a quarterback will be closely monitoring his performance, and the 49ers are in a position where they must weigh the benefits of keeping a young, productive quarterback versus the potential draft assets they could acquire in trade. Jones has proven he can operate effectively, even with a less-than-ideal supporting cast at times, showcasing his ability to manage the game, make accurate throws, and elevate the performance of those around him. His statistical output this season has been impressive, completing nearly 70% of his passes with over 2,000 yards and a solid touchdown-interception ratio, positioning him as a legitimate starter in the league and a valuable asset should the 49ers choose to explore trade options. The quarterback landscape for the 2026 draft adds another layer to the discussion. Several top prospects may elect to return to school, potentially thinning the class and making existing quarterbacks like Jones even more attractive as immediate starters for teams in need. Organizations like the Minnesota Vikings, Miami Dolphins, Arizona Cardinals, Carolina Panthers, and New York Jets are all candidates who could be in the market for a quarterback, and the 49ers have significant leverage given Jones' contract value and proven ability. This situation presents an interesting strategic decision for the franchise: whether to retain stability with a proven quarterback under team-friendly terms or to capitalize on his trade value to acquire multiple draft picks for long-term roster development. Ultimately, the decisions facing the 49ers revolve around both continuity and opportunity. Maintaining a strong defensive identity with potential internal promotions while managing the quarterback position effectively could position the team for sustained success. Robert Saleh's influence on the defensive side and Jones' emerging status on offense intersect at a critical juncture for the franchise, making this offseason one of the most consequential in recent memory. How the team navigates these choices will define its trajectory, and fans are watching closely as these storylines unfold. Now, shifting fully to the quarterback picture and the buzz surrounding Jones, the conversation is heating up as we look toward the 2026 offseason. The reality is that teams in need of a quarterback will be calling, and the 49ers find themselves in a strong negotiating position thanks to Jones' breakout performance this season. He has proven that he can lead a team, manage a game, and elevate those around him, even when the supporting cast has faced injuries or inconsistency. For a quarterback who is still young, his development curve combined with his relatively affordable contract makes him an incredibly attractive asset for franchises looking to compete immediately without breaking the bank. His final numbers this season, nearly 70% completion, over 2,000 passing yards, and 13 touchdowns against 6 interceptions, are solid, but the context is even more compelling. He accomplished all of this while dealing with a lack of consistent offensive line protection, injuries to key skill players, and a running game that was far from dominant for much of his starting tenure. That level of performance demonstrates not only his talent, but also his football intelligence and resilience, qualities that NFL teams value enormously when evaluating potential trade acquisitions or building for the future. Considering the potential trade market, the 49ers face several interesting possibilities. Teams like the Minnesota Vikings, Miami Dolphins, Arizona Cardinals, Carolina Panthers, and New York Jets could be active suitors, each with different needs and draft strategies in mind. The Vikings, for instance, could be weighing the future of their current roster and might see Jones as a solution to provide stability and performance at the quarterback position. The Dolphins, meanwhile, have been searching for long-term options under center, and adding a proven starter with a young contract could align perfectly with their offensive vision. Arizona, Carolina, and the Jets all represent markets with either immediate quarterback concerns or potential rebuilding needs, and the presence of Jones as a trade target elevates the conversation significantly. The value that the 49ers can extract from a trade is enhanced not only by Jones' on-field performance, but also by the affordability of his next season's contract. At just over $4 million, he represents a low-risk, high-reward asset for any organization, making him a player that teams can build around without the immediate financial pressure that often accompanies high-profile quarterbacks. In evaluating potential trade returns, the 49ers could realistically look at scenarios involving a second-round pick, possibly paired with a third- or fourth-round selection, depending on how aggressive a team is in pursuit of a starting quarterback. This kind of value allows the 49ers to continue their long-term development strategy while still competing at a high level in the immediate term. The organization has demonstrated patience in building through the draft, prioritizing cost-controlled, developmental players who can grow within the system over multiple years. By leveraging Jones' trade value, they can add additional pieces to reinforce both sides of the ball or invest in future draft capital to strengthen the team over the next several seasons. This balance between short-term competitiveness and long-term sustainability is critical, especially in an era where quarterback stability often defines a franchise's trajectory. However, keeping Jones also has significant appeal. He provides continuity and proven production at a position that can be volatile and difficult to replace. The 49ers have already seen what injuries and instability at quarterback can do to a team's overall performance, and maintaining a young, productive quarterback under contract allows them to focus on incremental improvements elsewhere on the roster. In addition, Jones' familiarity with the Shanahan system and his chemistry with key offensive players gives the team an advantage in executing at a high level without the disruption that often accompanies a new starter. His ability to operate within the scheme, execute play action effectively, and manage games under pressure is a foundation that the 49ers can build upon, especially when paired with a running game and offensive line improvements. The decision ultimately comes down to weighing the value of draft capital against the certainty of keeping a quarterback who has already demonstrated that he can win at the NFL level and perform consistently. Beyond Jones, the 49ers are also managing developmental quarterbacks like Curtis Rohr, the 7th-round pick out of Indiana. Although Rohr has not yet been activated due to a torn ACL he played through last year, he represents a potential QB2 who could grow into a larger role over time. The team has the option to draft another young quarterback or explore veteran reclamation projects, players who may have struggled in other systems but have the potential to thrive under Shanahan's guidance. This approach has precedent. The 49ers have previously been successful in identifying quarterbacks who may not have flourished elsewhere and integrating them into their offensive system to maximize their skill set. The combination of a developing QB2 and a potential QB3 from the draft or free agency allows the team to maintain depth and create internal competition while keeping options open for the future. When looking at potential external candidates to pair with the 49ers' offensive strategy, the key is identifying players who can adapt to the Shanahan scheme and thrive within a system that emphasizes timing, precision, and versatility. Quarterbacks like Sam Darnold, Jones himself, or even draft prospects who may have underperformed elsewhere represent opportunity for the team to add high-upside players who fit their strategic vision. This creates a framework where the 49ers can continue to compete at a high level while also preparing for the long-term evolution of the roster. The front office has demonstrated a willingness to make strategic decisions, balancing immediate impact and future potential, and the quarterback situation encapsulates this philosophy perfectly. The broader coaching landscape also intersects with the quarterback discussion. Should Saleh pursue a head coaching opportunity and depart, the 49ers have internal candidates ready to maintain continuity on defense, which allows the team to focus energy on the offensive side and quarterback development. Players and coaches alike thrive in stable environments, and maintaining a consistent coaching philosophy, especially at critical positions, ensures that development trajectories are preserved. It also strengthens the team's negotiating position with external quarterback markets because the organization can showcase both a stable system and a productive, affordable quarterback, making them an attractive partner for trade discussions. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, whispers have been circulating that the San Francisco 49ers are making a bold play to acquire safety Budda Baker from the Arizona Cardinals. Sources close to the situation suggest that the deal could reshape the 49ers' defensive landscape, potentially turning them into one of the most formidable units in the league. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders indicate that discussions have been intense, with both teams exploring a blockbuster trade that could include draft picks or key players in return. Fans and analysts alike are speculating wildly about what Budda Baker's arrival in San Francisco could mean. Known for his versatility, lightning-fast instincts, and relentless tackling ability, Baker has consistently been one of the top safeties in the league. The 49ers' defensive schemes have been highly effective in recent seasons, but adding a player of Baker's caliber could elevate them to a new level, particularly in coverage against elite tight ends and explosive running backs. Social media is already buzzing, with hashtags and fan reactions ranging from excitement to disbelief. If this happens, the 49ers' defense just went from scary to terrifying, tweeted one fan, while another wondered whether the Cardinals might be rebuilding around younger talent. Analysts are dissecting possible trade scenarios, speculating on which picks or players could be involved, and debating how the move might affect contract negotiations and salary cap implications. Adding to the intrigue is Baker's reputation as a team leader. Known for his vocal presence on the field and locker room energy, his influence could extend beyond statistics, instilling a culture of toughness and accountability within the 49ers' defensive backfield. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are reportedly exploring options to fill the potential void, possibly targeting rising stars or draft prospects to maintain their competitive edge. As the rumor mill churns, one thing is certain. If Budda Baker does indeed make the leap to San Francisco, the ripple effects will be felt across the league. The NFL world is watching closely, waiting for confirmation, and bracing for what could be one of the most talked-about moves of the season. For now, fans can only speculate, but the buzz is undeniable. This potential trade has everyone on edge, and it might just redefine the NFC West rivalry in ways few saw coming. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.